I've been feeling compelled to make this video for a while now. I have to say I thank Jesus for his patience with me as I grow in obedience, having to let go of my old self. I'll just say whatever comes to mind. I've always believed in God, and my grandparents were heavily religious. We used to go to church, Christmas Eve Mass every year when I was really young, but we stopped going. I don't really remember when. I used to pray for things as a kid, but as you grow up you get pulled away from God towards the world and worldly things like relationships and needing to feel accepted. So you start to conform to everything around you. When I was around 16, my girlfriend at the time had gotten pregnant, and being so young and naive, I was filled with fear and made the decision not to bring the baby to term. Now I realise that this is the point where the fracture in my relationship with God started. Without him by your side to guide you in life, you'll be pulled everywhere and anywhere by the world and your own foolishness. So as I moved through life, I fell in love, as you do as a teenager, and had my first heartbreak as I entered my 20s, which left me reeling and searching for my identity and who I actually was, because I didn't know. I grew up in quite a chaotic home environment with a lot of arguments, made me always extremely anxious, so I was constantly looking for comfort and feeling comfortable. I became the type of person who would do anything to feel loved, to try and act like someone I'm not, to try and get into relationships, or it never worked out because I wasn't aligned with who I really am. I always felt I needed to be perfect and be the best at everything so I could get validation from that, or act a certain way so that I'd be liked or accepted by other people, but it never gave me any lasting satisfaction or fulfillment. I even moved to the city 3 hours away to try and find a new life, find out who I was away from my past and away from home, but it was only temporary distraction and avoiding everything that was actually going on. I made some good friends and it was a worthwhile experience, but I had to come back home and actually process everything and work through it all. To find out whether something is true, you have to first question everything you know or think to be true. So I questioned everything I ever knew about the world and about myself to find out what was real. This is a long process, and I spent the past 10 years searching in various places. First I needed to find out how I could fix my mental state, so I researched everything I could about psychology, went to therapy for a while, trying to solve all my problems, and it worked for a bit. I got a lot of things off my chest, so I thought everything would be okay after that. But I still felt that I wasn't enough, so I thought I needed to become so strong, rich and successful that people would have to pay attention to me. Try to feel loved that way. I researched all I could about the mind, consciousness, positive psychology, techniques, visualization and manifestation. Try and create my dream life, but what I didn't realise, I was trying to do it all on my own, in my own strength without God. And away from God you can do nothing. So I was running in circles, doing things that can never satisfy, casual encounters, distracting myself with drugs, constant stimulation, video games, movies, internet content all day. I'd go to work, come home, smoke weed. I did that pretty much every day for 3 years, until late 2025. I found the Chosen TV series on Amazon Prime about the life of Jesus Christ. So I watched that and the movie Passion of the Christ by Mel Gibson. I'd learned about Jesus in school, but I didn't really know anything about the world then, so I didn't have the context to apply it to life experience. But I looked everywhere that the world had told me to look to find meaning and satisfaction, and not finding it. I knew that something desperately needed to change. So in January 2026, I started reading the Bible every day, and I've been able to release my addictions with Jesus' help through his Spirit, who's slowly changing me for the better into who I'm supposed to be. I've been learning how to make music and writing songs now for years to release all my emotions, and I feel it's time to put it all out now, so that other people who are going through the same thing can connect with me and not have to feel alone in their suffering. Thank you.